All right. Good morning, everybody. Can you hear me loud and clear? Great. But yeah, thank you all for your patience. So welcome to today's live stream. And today's the 4th of February, 2024. So a warm welcome to everyone who's joining us for the first time and also the new Inner Circle members. I'm so happy to see all of you here in the new year. And if this is perhaps maybe the second time we are holding this live call for everyone to help, with the incoming energies that are already so strong coming from the dragons themselves. So I hope everybody has had a great start to the new year. I know some of you are really busy getting ready and preparing, but do pause from time to time to enjoy the energies that are coming in and supporting all of us in this wonderful ascension year. And so we have mentioned before that the year of 2024, which coincides with the wood dragon, is actually filled with young energy or masculine energy. And so this class has been put together really to help everyone come into a better coherence with those energies. Just get stronger and stronger, especially after February the 10th, and then going on for a couple more months is a wonderful time for us to unite our masculine and our feminine energies, this beautiful sacred union, to bring about the creation magic or the creation energy within us that is really in the sacral and in the solar plexus. So later in our healing container, our healing and activation container, we will be working quite a little bit on the solar plexus to support us with raising our confidence and our positivity. Okay, and I also welcome anyone to put in any of your comments or any questions that you have in the group chat. So today we will not be opening our mics. It will just be myself. And so if you have any questions or any comments or anything you'd like to share, please feel free to do that in the group chat. Okay? Yeah. Right. So at the same time, if you feel like you would like to have some crystals or some essential oils to support you in this transmission and later in the healing container, please go ahead to do so. You can still listen to me as you go get get the things that you would like to have around you, and always have a glass of water. Yeah. Yes. So some of you say that the dragon year has officially started. So we really want to look at it like very strictly would have started a little while earlier, not just today. So which is why the energies are really, really strong. Like for those of us that are a little bit more sensitive and aware, we can feel those energies coming in already. So I do hope that all of us will be mindful of that and use this year to our great and to rise to our highest potential, whatever that is, right? Whatever that higher potential is, let us be open to whatever it is that's coming our way. Yeah. So thank you for sharing that, Angeline. So before we go into the healing container, I thought it would be good if we just discussed a little bit about having some balanced young energies. I think a couple of months ago, we had a master class within the inner circle that spoke about, we had 4 sessions of master class where we spoke about first the feminine energies, and then we spoke about the masculine energies. But this time around, I think we want to put the spotlight on the masculine energies, because so much have been done on reviving or bringing back online the feminine energies, right? Because so much has been inflicted on women, but at the same time, we forget how our men have also suffered in that process. For a long, long time. And so I too hope to see more support groups and energy work, and healing processes coming in in support of the masculine, right? And especially men for 2024. Okay, so those of us who have who are working with males and have spouses, the females who have spouses or partners, let us really dedicate this year in support of the males in our lives. Yeah, and seeing them in a different light, right? And also seeing how hard they are trying to live up to this thing called the male responsibility. But what we're actually really talking about is this energy, this more masculine or this young energy that is actually present in all of us, regardless of whether you're a male or a female. And it is so important, especially for this year. We want to have such a successful, abundant, and healthy year. It is really, really important that we also really take good care of the young energies within us. So on a very 3D level speaking, let's start off with the simplest of the simplest. I'm sure a lot of you have heard about this yang energy. So the yang energy is basically present in the right side of the body, the male side of the body. And so the left side of the body would represent the female. So the right side of the body, this is just a little tidbit. The right side of the body represents the male or the yang energies. But when we speak about our everyday life, some very simple things that we can do to invoke or awaken the yang energies would, of course, be the lifestyle, right? The very simple lifestyle. And this one we see it very commonly happen or take place in every single person out there, whether if they are, into spirituality or not. I think in Chinese medicine, we speak a lot about the yin and the yang. If you do yoga, then that as well. This, the masculine and the feminine, or the yin and the yang, cannot be, it's so integral in our lives, and we are in one way or another so familiar with it, right? But let's just be a little bit more connected to it rather than just this information that comes in and out, or it's just out there in social media. Let's really use these energies to see how we can truly, truly benefit from it in every aspect of our lives. So first of all, it's on the right side of the body. And then for our everyday lives, we can, start to take more of the yang energies or the yang foods into our body. So these consist of herbs and spices. These are considered very gentle and mild yang energies that we introduce. And how you prepare your food will enhance the yang energies. So if you do not cook the food at all, then it only activates on a certain level. If you warm the food, if it becomes a warm food, then it becomes more activated, it becomes more yang. But there are certain foods that if you, for a long period of time, for example, ginger, if you cook it for a long period of time, it actually becomes a yin element at the end, right? So there is a lot of science into this. It's really, really interesting, right? So be very aware and curious, starting from the foods that you eat, that you consume. This is all part of your self-care regime that you have for the self. Okay, so, and then of course the active side of it is exercising. Connecting to the sun is a very young activity. Okay, so that's for those of us that are not sitting down too much and not moving about enough. You will find that the young aspects of you may be a little bit more dormant. So if we go into really what the young energies are all about, how do they manifest in our lives? If a balanced person with balanced young energies, you tend to be more loyal and protective of the people around you. Okay, and the young energies is very much about action. So everything that we feel on the inside, we feel loyal, we feel protective. We tend to also be able to portray it on the outside, meaning we are able to speak up for others. We're able to speak up for ourselves. We are able to protect the ones that we love. And of course, we are able to protect and doing all this with a very clear conscience, with not feeling bad and possibly not overdoing it as well, but just being very firm and very strong, right? So these are the balanced young energies that we are talking about. But on another hand, this year is all about abundance, right? And in order to have abundance, what we usually like to do, I think, in the Asian culture is a very taking a very like the backseat, a very passive approach to abundance. Instead of really going forward and pursuing that abundance, we tend to have want to sit back and watch how things go, and in some cases, hoping that the abundance will just land on our. I'm not sure how that's that will happen. At least it's never me. We need to go out and go in search of it and proactively work for it, right? So we want to work for abundance, to bring abundance, to magnetize abundance into our lives in a very intelligent way, in a way that's filled with wisdom, not overworking, but working smart, right? So all these are part of the having very balanced masculine or very balanced young energies within us. So the female energies, when they're balanced, it becomes very creative. Like we're filled with a lot of ideas, really good ideas. And the young energies are in support of bringing those ideas into form, into reality. So that means taking action, right? So we can just pause here and just like have a think. How many of us actually have a lot of ideas, but we can't carry through? We have a lot of ideas, but we can't seem to put it out there, right? We don't have the trust. We don't have the courage. We doubt ourselves, right? Those are the imbalanced young energies that are within us. And I think within this is my observation, that within the Asian context is especially strong for us. It's very, very obvious in many of us, right? It's more it's there within us much more than any other culture. And of course, this has to do with all the different situations and experiences that our ancestors have gone through, that we have taken on, that we have experienced, the way we were raised as well. All those things do play a part. So it's good to be able to really understand the self and never give ourselves any excuses or any reasons to never make that change, right? If these amazing energies are available to us for us to shift and to change quickly, the least we can do is to actually step up and do what needs to be done on a physical level, which is actually taking action. Okay. So the yang energy or the masculine, the balanced masculine will be doing, they will be taking action. They will not be procrastinating. Okay. They will not be procrastinating, putting things off right till the end all the time, and then just rushing and getting things done. And often things get done, and the ego says, yes, at the end of the day, you do get things done. So what's wrong with that? Now, there's nothing wrong with that. But if we could be more disciplined, if we could be more organized, right? These are all masculine energies: discipline, being organized, doing things slowly and steadily, right from the beginning, and finally pushing that out. Then you can imagine how much more success you will have, right? But the ego could tell you that everything is still okay, while you still get things done right at the end. So why worry about it? Just continue to operate in the same way. But really, we don't want that. We want things to move on to another high level and be even more successful, right? Yeah. So that's that's what all of us want in our lives, and for us, and also, in the people around us, for the people around us, the ones that we love. So the other thing about a balanced yang energy is that it is not fearful of the feminine. So let us reverse this and look at the inside of ourselves. How are we not worried or not afraid or not shy of our feminine side? Okay, so the feminine side is known to be more nurturing, is known to be softer, it's known to be gentle, it's known to be kind and compassionate. And sometimes, a lot of times, actually, these are the qualities that we want to hide. We don't want to show people, right? Because we don't want to appear as being vulnerable. So that is actually the masculine side of us that's saying we don't want to appear weak. We don't want to appear vulnerable in any way. Okay. Sorry, I just saw something. Yeah, we want to always appear strong and decisive and, basically not weak in any way. We want to be tender. We want to be nurturing. We want to be kind. We want to be gentle, but we don't want anybody to see this. We would prefer people to see us as being very strong. Okay. Now, the masculine energies are really meant to complement the feminine energies or the divine feminine energies. They're meant to work together. They're not meant to work apart. They're not meant to put each other down. So just a self-reflection on the inside, how many of us are feeling this pull of both sides of us. One side wants to be like this, another side wants to be like this. And why are we not more open and brave to just being the way we are? So when we talk about then coming into a place of being authentic, and this would be just being able to do that, right? Being this authentic self, just showing and allowing this expression to be from both the masculine and the feminine, right? And as these two parts of us start to communicate with each other, okay, when we start to communicate each other and we say, why are you this way? What are you afraid of? And vice versa, then we start to be able to come into that understanding. And when there is an understanding, all fears can be released, all walls can be released. And so then that sacred union can finally take place. When the masculine feels very comfortable with the feminine and the feminine feels very comfortable with the masculine, is to me the right at the beginning of the sacred union that takes place. So when we talk about the physical body as well, so we look at some of the organs that also are very young related, right? Mainly it is anything that to do with digestion is very young related, young energy related, requires a lot of young energies. But the other thing that the dragons have been telling me is also that the nervous system is also, it can be a very young energy. But it's more so than that, because the nervous system is very unique in the sense that it is meant to carry both the yang and the yin energies together. When the nervous system can come into a place of being very regulated, being very calm, being at peace, and not being on that fight or flight mode, and it's really there to serve you the way it's meant to serve you, which is to constantly regulate this crazy world that we are in. But the nervous system is not traumatized itself. It is actually able to function for you. This is when it begins to slowly navigate your path onto the path of the sacred union, the path of the coming together of the masculine and the feminine. Okay, so on top of the exercise, bring in the young energies, balancing that if that's over the board for you. On top of the diet, the other thing is really, of course, the self-care and the very proactive healing that you want to take. And this is all to assist the nervous system, right? It's to assist the nervous system to become more regulated, to become calm, and to really be able to function in the way that it's supposed to do so for you. Okay, so if we look at the animal zodiac also as well, we have different animals that are of different masculine and the feminine. So the dragon is indeed the yang energies, and this year was actually the rabbit. So the rabbit is actually of a yin, of a more yin energies, right? So you can also discover what energies you are predominantly born with through the animal zodiac, the Chinese animal zodiac that you were born with. Okay. Yeah. So do we have any rats in the house? Do we have any? Let's see which ones. Yes, Justin. So you're young. You are young. Young energies come with you. The horse and the monkey, as well as the dog, are all yang energies. And then we have the yin energies. If some of you didn't know, is the ox. And then we have the rabbit. And then we have the goat, who's also yin energies. We have the rooster. And then we have the very lucky pig. Pigs are usually very, very fortunate. So out of like 10 pigs that I see, 9 are super fortunate. They come in with a lot of good karma. That's my observation. Yeah. I think you missed the 5 million one, huh? Yeah. Oh, pig spawn. Asha, are you a pig? Yes, you're a dragon. Yeah. So I think that once in a while, just for the fun of it, right? It's okay to like buy a little bit of lottery. We don't have to be so, strict here. But ultimately, uh, we know that anything to do with winning prizes or winning the lottery is, you know, is to do with a lot of good karma. That uses up the karma in the bank, right? Or it uses up some other karma, ancestral karma, something like that. But then it's also a mindset that we have, like a little bit of a scarcity mindset. Sometimes I do have it too, right? We don't believe that we can have a lot of money unless we have a sudden windfall. Yeah, so those are the things that sometimes we want to take note of, and if we can, if we're not too attached to it, then that's fine, no problem at all. Even little things like gambling, playing card games and all this, if we are not attached to it, it's okay, right? We don't have to be afraid of it, right? We don't want to be afraid of it. We don't want to run away from every single thing that we are afraid of. Then that itself is really not leveraging on the yang energies, the masculine energies, where we're able to be detached, we're able to be discerning, yeah, and we are able to say no, right? Yeah, all these things. So as long as we have that self-discipline, that masculine energy that is our guidance, then it's totally okay. All right. Yeah. No wonder my mom is always buying lottery. Yeah, so is my mom. Yeah, every number is a lottery number to her. Every number on an invoice is a lottery number. Every time I talk to her, I seriously learn so much from her. Yes, our moms. Okay, so yes, so we masculine energies and not just the divine feminine energies, but also the divine masculine. It's like the divine masculine in us has to grow up, right? Can't always be that little boy, and same for the divine feminine. Can't always be that little girl. So when the little boy is still just a boy and doesn't want to grow up, it can really act out inside of us. Also, not being able to trust as well. I think this is something that not just the masculine, but also the feminine also experience as well. And sometimes some of us may have an overactive masculine energy. Now, what does that mean? So then you become overly protective, overly loyal. Everything is just overboard. Okay. And this really harms yourself, and it also harms the people around you. So, because every single one of us is unique, it is impossible for us to pinpoint specifically what everybody is going through, and whether is it an overly active young or an underactive young, or if it's anything more to do with the feminine, so on and so forth. That is something for you to discern. It's something for you to work with. Invite the dragons into your life, especially for this year, and see how they can bring some insight, some clarity, some wisdom. Yeah, so please consider joining us for our 6-week Dragon course that starts on February the 17th. If you do want to really work more with dragons as well, because we're really going to dive deep with the dragons and their wisdom. Starting from February the 17th, it's a 6-week course. We're going to take it really slow and then have a lot of time for integration. Okay, so this is also in support of the 4-5 months that are coming in after February 10th. That is all about bringing in abundance, bringing in prosperity, bringing positivity into your life. And so the last thing that I did want to mention was this is a year of abundance as well as communication. And communication has a lot to do with the young energy, and communication has a lot to do also with bringing about abundance and prosperity. Communication is the opening of the throat chakra, but not just that. If we can really go deep into the throat chakra and open up that Stargate portal, which is this energy center, right? It becomes this portal, becomes this vortex of energy that goes multidimensional. So our energy centers now, basically the basic function of the energy center is to help us survive on this 3D level. The basic function of it, like our physical health and all the endocrine system, anything that's connected to the throat chakra, expressing of the self, the very basic ones, talking, things like that. But in the very divine aspect of it, we go very multidimensional. So in the early times, or rather in ancient times, the voice was super, super sacred. So people do not use the voice just for anything. They will only use the voice to pray. They would use the voice to sing. They would use the voice in a very, very sacred way. And like the oracle would use the voice to speak, right? The voice oracle. Or the spoken oracle would then use the voice predominantly to speak the word of God and to bring down, to channel messages. And same for all the gods and all the, the ladies and the men come together in ritual. They would use the voice to sing the praises of the universe, or sing the praises of God, or to pray. Okay. And so this small talk, the gossiping, and all that was not was not common, right, in ancient times, because they understood the true purpose of the voice, which is to create. And so whatever that came out of that voice has to be sacred, has to be for the good of themselves or for the good of others. So it was used very, very, very wisely, right? And anything that was spoken would come to pass. Anything that was spoken would happen in that reality. So they were very, very careful. And of course, before the voice could speak, the mind had to think and the heart had to feel. So there is all these very special energy centers that come into play, right? That coexist with each other, that have this very deep and profound relationship. Once there is an activation, once there is a thought, once there is a feeling, all these energies come together, and they just like start the wheels moving, and you can see creation forming. That's how the universe is often and always being created, changed, and constantly shifting. It's actually through all these things that we are doing to ourselves, for ourselves, and for others in every single moment of the day. And so when we add on the frequency of love, right? When we add on the frequency of love to this speech, to this feeling, and to this thought, it multiplies in power. It multiplies times 10. It multiplies times 100, depending on the purity of it and the frequency of this love that's coming in, and this vessel of yours, this physical body that is holding all these energy centers. So depending on the purity of it, this will create that magic. So you will see that some people create this magic much faster than others, right? But what we want to tell everyone is that we are all creation's magic. We are all God's magic. We are all truly, truly divine. All of us, every single one of us has this ability to make use of our four bodies, to co-create with energies, to co-create with the universe. This is such a sacred law, and it's almost a mystery. It's almost kind of like a secret even. It's like a secret amongst humans, but it's not a secret in the entire universe, that human beings possess such power and such strong creation abilities within them. And once so many different parts of us come into action, once so many parts of us come into activation, we can do so much in just seconds, in just minutes, in just days, right? And so we think about all this and we understand that this is original creation. This is the template that we have come in with. What has then happened to us? So clearly there has been some distortion. Clearly there has been some trauma. Clearly there has been some wounds that we've taken on that have put all these abilities to sleep. We've had to put it aside in order to heal ourselves on different levels, to come into full coherence, understanding, and embrace of our true magic and our true power. But all these things are waiting on the sidelines for us. And this year, especially this year, is a great time to recall or to recollect and to reawaken the selves through the many things that you will do in this year. So for this year, pay very much attention to what you would provide for the self. Don't treat it like any other year, right? Don't treat it like any other new. Treat it as a new start, right? So if you tell yourself moving forward that for the next 5 years and 10 years, this is the beginning of that. How would I like to start the beginning of this phase? What will I do this entire year to really bring myself up to speed? Okay, think about it. Talk to your guides. Talk to the dragons. Talk to your teachers. Talk to your mentors. Talk to all the individuals that can truly help you. Don't talk to social media. Don't talk to Google. Be very careful who you talk to. So that will lead you in the right way. It'll lead you onto the shortest path. And Zach has a question: would the throat chakra affect communication in general? Because we text a lot more than speak these days. Yes, so I would say that the texting is the exact same thing, as well as when we hold up the phone also gives off a certain frequency that will disrupt our higher frequency, our original frequency within us, right? So yes, so then how we speak is being translated, because this is in modern times, right? So we could be texting, or we could be emailing, or we could be preparing a PowerPoint. And where are we? How are we preparing all scripts? Are we preparing it with love, with clarity, with sacredness, or are we, just doing something that everybody else is doing? Are we gossiping? Are we being negative? Yeah. Are we putting down ourselves even when we text? A lot of times, even when we text, we put down ourselves. No, I'm not like that. I'm not good enough. I'm not worthy. All these things. It's just a different way of speaking, but we definitely are still speaking. It's the modern way of speaking, right? Yeah, thank you for that question. It's a really good question. Yeah, because I think a lot of times the truth is we cannot reenact, or we cannot live in the past. We can't. We can take good examples, we can learn from the past, but we cannot replicate, we cannot do the exact same thing, because we're living in different times. And I think for many of us who sometimes are not able to move forward, there is a big part of us that is actually still in the past of how we used to function in the most original way, and which is so easy and so seamless, and so smooth, when we still had that deep connection with the self, we had that deep connection with source, and we just knew exactly what to do. We had purpose every day. And so being in this lifetime, or being in so many different lifetimes, have just given us, a full spectrum of very different experiences. And it's kind of like made it a little bit messy on the inside. We yearn very much, right, for that past without having that remembrance, but we have that feeling of not being able to move forward the way we would want to move forward. So many different things. Okay, so I feel so strongly that this year is such a wonderful opportunity to help ourselves and to help the people around us, because what happens with these strong energies that are coming in, it's like this mirror that's placed right in front of you. And maybe in past years the mirror was placed further away from you, so it's like you can see yourself, but perhaps you don't see yourself so clearly. And this year this mirror is just really going to come closer to you, right in front of you, and possibly many mirrors around you as well, to really show you, right, to reflect to you what's really going on the inside. Okay, so for those that have not been spending a lot of time with your inner work, this is the year. If you were to say, this is the year I want change and transformation, this is the year that I want leverage on the energies, this is what's coming for you. Okay, so don't be disheartened and say, and think, why are not all the good things happening to me? That is a good thing, right? The ability to see the self clearly and truly for everything that you are, all facets of you, is a very, very good thing. If not now, then when? Okay, if not now, then when? And for those of us that have been doing the work and the mirrors are showing us something else, how are you taking action? Are you still procrastinating? Are you truly going out there? Are you truly being on mission? How are you being creative with your mission? Are you honoring the whispers of the heart? Are you honoring the whispers of your masters and guides? Are you honoring the guidance and the abundance that's coming to you through the dragons and through all the other divine beings? How are you honoring, how are you paying forward, or how are you being in gratitude of all these things that are happening in your life? Are you truly using it to help others and to do more for the self? So all these are the questions that we're going to put right in front of you. We are not going to, mince our words anymore, but we're going to say to you. And this is really for every one of us to really begin ascending, right? Rising on the path of ascension with the energies, the young energies of 2024. Okay, so I do wish all of you the very best. I hope that this transmission has given you some clarity, or at least awakened some part of you that wants to come online right now. I'm open to any questions that anyone may have. So we can spend 5-10 minutes on questions before we go into the healing container. Okay, so Jaslyn has a question, and she's wondering if the energies are particularly intense right now. Had an intense migraine last Friday, which never had before. No stress at all from your end and feeling tired? Absolutely. Yes. So the energies will get much, much stronger, and what you can do for yourself is having no stress is really wonderful. Also being aware that these energies are not yours. You can do some grounding at home on your own. If you would prefer, you can go out into nature with the intention that you are releasing any extra energies within you that the body can't hold. Sometimes it's because the physical body can't hold such an intense amount of energies that are coming in. So therefore we feel it in that way. Yeah, so you can try releasing it, and then basically just if you're just too tired to do anything, basically just allowing yourself to rest. Don't overthink it. Just tell the body, okay, just tell me what you need, right? Tell me what you need. Do you need more tea, like herbal teas? Do you need a bath? Do you need a massage? Ask yourself what the body needs. Also ask the body, what foods can I feed you to support you, right? I think this year it's super important that we have this somatic awareness with our own bodies, which is this really precious vehicle and vessel that's here to support us on our ascension journey. Because you can just imagine if you don't have a strong body, which then translates, into strong energies within the self that can take on or rather help you maneuver the energies that are coming in. If we don't have that, then what are we? We can't be on mission. We can't do anything, right? We can't go to work. We can't enjoy work. We can't enjoy our family. We can't even enjoy ourselves, right? And no amount of money in the world can compensate health, right? We can't enjoy this incarnation. So that is why we always stress about having a lot of fun, having a lot of joy. Why? Because it is important that we enjoy this incarnation, and that is what God wants for us, and that is what our soul wants as well. Who wants to suffer? Nobody wants to suffer. And suffering comes from a state of emotion and the attitude that we carry towards life. That is what causes suffering. Okay. Yeah. So for those of us that have a relatively good body that we are working with now, we are so extremely, extremely, extremely blessed. And so what we can do is really to enhance the health in all ways possible. If not now, then when, right? We don't want to wait till our body is in pain, or we are so very much older, and things like that. So yeah, I think that for me has really, really benefited me so much, so much. I'm so ever grateful for this. And I've mentioned it in my little sharing when I wrote out the Dragons course. I shared about how my body went through this radical change on the 1st of January 2023. On the 1st of January 2023, I felt this enormous energy come in. I was sitting on my sofa, and at that moment, I felt my entire body change. And then since that moment on, it's like I have this brand new body. I don't have the physical issues that I had, that I've been having for like the past 20 or 30 years, 40 years, actually, 45 years. It like all seemed to go away. Like I felt all my meridians being cleared up, pretty much all of it. I won't say 100% because I found the 10%. I did find the remaining 10%. So those are for me to work on. Yeah, and then it escalates on times when I don't take care of myself, when I don't sleep early. I'm guilty of that. Yeah. But the dragons have guided me for many years prior to this, or for almost 10 years, on really how to come into this balance on every level of my being. So it took a while. It took me so many years because I'm stubborn. I'm doing it on my own. There was a lot of trial and error. There was a lot of trust issues, right? There was a lot of that I had to persevere, that I had to have patience, that I had to have commitment. And I really had to be quiet, and I had to listen. And then, that took place for me on the 1st of January 2023. And I'm eternally, eternally grateful, which I will be sharing more over this year. And one of it has to do with the female body, like the different stages that we go through and how I transition from one into the next. Just so right, and it's basically a reversal for me, like going back into this body that I had, but an even better body than I had even in my 20s. So it's been really an exciting journey, and I totally understand why this had to happen for me in this way, right? So the masculine energies in me had to say, so now what are you going to do about it? You've experienced all these things. Are you going to keep it to yourself, or are you going to start sharing with others so that other women, right, can also enjoy their bodies in this way, right? So when the women enjoy their bodies in this way, when they are not led so much or ruled so much by their hormones, which is supposed to actually really support us and not give us any pain in any way. But once we are able to come into a more balanced woman, right, I think everybody around us will also really benefit as well. Yeah. And it's because the women are meant to guide, the women are meant to lead, right? So when we can come into that place of power, that place of power means, right, all parts of us coming into that power, being balanced, feeling safe, feeling healthy, feeling, all good most of the time, then we are able to guide the men, we are able to guide the children, we're able to lead them. Else, what sort of leaders are we? We get, Yeah. So thank you for that question, Jaslyn. All right, so let's go into our healing container, into our medicine container, activation container, whatever it is for you. I hope that today's healing container will serve you for your highest and your greatest good. So those that need more healing will receive more healing. Those that need more activation will receive more activation. Okay, so such is the beauty of these miracle medicine containers that we go into. As much as it is for a group, it is also very much for the individual. Really open your heart and your mind and receive it as if you're the only person in that room, okay, in this space, and make it so sacred that it's all about you. At the same time, you're aware of the support of so many others that we have in the room today. Thank you so much, all of you, for dedicating this time from 10 o'clock on this beautiful Sunday. Thank you so much for spending your Sunday with us. We are very, very, very honored. Okay, so just when you're ready, just gently close your eyes. We would love for you to have your feet on the ground. Or if you're sitting down and then just becoming very aware of Mother Earth that is beneath you, and Mother Earth that is actually all around you. Her energies are truly supporting us. At the same time, being aware of the dragon energies because of the dragon lines slowly opened up. And so many of these dragon eggs that will be birthing, and tiny little baby dragons coming to us. And then allowing the self to remember, to recall, to recollect your times that you had spent with your dragon family, with your dragon ancestors. This very slowly begins to awaken the dragon DNA within the self. Every little thing that we do, every little moment that we dedicate to the remembrance of the self awakens a different part of us inside, deep down inside. So all this time that we spend dedicating to the self, every moment of the day is so useful, is never for nothing, right? It always serves us for something. And there are a lot of programs, there are a lot of mind controls, there are a lot of false ideas out there, false beliefs within us that tell us every little thing that we do doesn't seem to work. Every little thing that we do seems futile. Like, it just doesn't give you the results that you want. But light is meant to accumulate, right? The light is meant to slowly awaken you. And this slow awakening is also a very gentle and protective process that is taking place inside of you. It is the parts of us that is impatient, that has been groomed to want things to be fast, that then hijacks this process for us. Okay. But when we come into that true knowledge of how energy truly works within us, when we come into that true understanding of different parts of us, then we know that patience, dedication, and commitment to the self always gives results over a period of time. We need to give it that time. And once that light accumulates, that wisdom and that clarity accumulates to a significant amount, that is when we can begin to reap, all the fruits of our labor. Okay? We can actually see it very clearly because it becomes a fruit, and then we can, actually see it. Otherwise, we are constantly placing little seeds, right? Little seeds of consciousness, seeds of understanding, and lighting up different light bulbs within us. Okay. So taking that deep breath in and allowing just that very short to go deep into the body, allowing all parts of the body, the muscle, the cells, the blood, to just take in that assurance, to take in that love, that compassion that we have for each and every one of you, and the love that you have for yourself, the reverence, the respect that you have for yourself, taking it all in, breathing it in deeply into the body, and then sharing that with Mother Earth, grounding it soles of the feet, allowing whatever is meant to stay within you. And this is allowing flow coupled with trust to create the shifts and the magic within this vessel of yours. Within this vessel holds the mind and holds the emotions, holds the seat of the soul, and holds all the energy centers within this body space, at the same time holding the auric fields that's all around us. And just beginning to feel yourself as this magnificent body of energy. This is us coming into coherence, embracing our divinity, that we are more than just flesh and blood, that we are energy, we are frequencies of love, we are God's divine architecture, designed in the likeness of Father, Mother God. We are perfection itself. We are intelligence. And taking another deep breath in, as we find ourselves, each and every one of us, sitting in this circle, in this temple of healing, activation, and love and light, in the company of the dragons, our masters, our galactic team, and our angelic team. Calling in the frequency of stillness within the heart, activating the stillness in the deepest dimension of the heart space and the higher heart. And then inviting in the frequency of higher stillness coming in through the crown, moving into the column of light within the center of the body, from the crown all the way down to the base of the body. Breathing in and out, allowing the nervous system to come into a deep, deep relaxation of receiving, of surrender, of rest. And feeling totally calm. At this point, some of you may be guided to take in an even deeper breath. Allow the exhale to be long. This is a release that's taking place for you, for some energies that, because of this relaxed state that you're in, provides the perfect opportunity for these hidden energies that no longer are good for you to now be released out. This can be a worry, and this can be something that you've taken on from others. Sending more light into different parts of the body that need more assistance. It could be on the shoulders, where you're holding on to all that baggage or heaviness of your family, of the world, or maybe of your clients. Letting all of that go. As you take in that beautiful breath one more time, for some of us, send it into the heart space, into the breast, into the chest, into the higher heart. And on the exhale, also at this point, releasing all the tension held here, all the worry, and all the trauma that you've been programmed to hold inside of you. Right? And that's like your safety net, but now we know that's not required anymore. And so we want to let go of all of that, because all these things interfere with this, with the mergence of the divine feminine and the divine masculine. And especially so the young or the masculine parts of us. Letting go of all that burden, of that having to hold on. Right? So we are commanding for all frequencies of all programs, of all artificial technologies, of all beliefs that have been placed within us, knowingly or unknowingly. We command for all these now to be released. We ask for the assistance of our galactic angelic dragon team, our masters and guides, our higher self and soul. We command for all these to be released now. And just seeing the masculine on your right and the feminine on your left, just holding hands now. Just a simple holding of hands, this willingness to come together, to come into a deeper understanding, to support each other through the process of healing that will take place right now, and possibly for many months to come, or maybe for the entire year, but definitely just needing 12 months of this year for the sacred union to finally blossom, and every step of the way blossoming more and more, and giving us clarity, direction, wisdom, intelligence, inspiration, trust, and courage to do what is the highest good for us, to thrive in this lifetime, and at the same time to be able to assist others around us to also come into that awareness, to come into that union. May we be those beautiful vessels and channels of such beautiful light, just coming from within, from this beautiful, powerful, masculine, feminine parts of us. And right now, we just want to honor and give so much respect and initiate, allow the little boy in us to take his seat as an adult, to be the king within us as we have our queen, to be that king within us and say, it is okay. I'm willing to accept you as you are. I'm allowing you to grow, to come into an adulthood. Today is the day of initiation. Let him step into that big chair and sit in that chair with the feminine on the left. You may see the feminine as a young adult or as a woman, and just allow yourself to accept and to acknowledge what you see or what you sense in the moment. And that's totally fine. Look at this too with so much love and non-judgment, and feel and know that you're doing so much for yourself right now. Just this simple intention and visualization and support from the divine coming in. Take another deep breath in and feeling so much more free in the chest region and the upper chest region. See in front of you the masculine and the feminine growing together, aligning, holding hands. Feel that synergy, feel that energy running through the masculine and the feminine, the yin and the yang. These two energies flowing, feeling free, no resistance, feeling light, feeling that love, feeling somewhat of an intense emotion, perhaps, and feeling this attraction to each other, the yin and the yang, the masculine and the feminine. And then feeling it in your body, all these emotions, all these feelings, and feeling yourself coming alive, feeling different parts of your body, feeling different sensations that you've never felt before. And just really feeling really good about the body, not being afraid of the body, for you being this creative central being. Feeling that love arise, flowing upwards from the root chakra, coming up slowly and rising and moving, and then allowing it to move as far or as high as it wants, and stopping wherever you feel comfortable. And even if you feel a block somewhere, that's okay. And just slowly guiding or just simply allowing to slowly move upwards. All the way to the top of your head if you can, and slowly releasing those energies out. Ooh. Good job. And then just staying in this moment, feeling the energy circulation, that warmth around the body, feeling that warmth radiating outwards, filling your auric fields. This is the warmth, the frequency, the energy of the self, the power and the magic of this union, right? That supports you and that protects you. Feel this energy and this warmth radiate outwards towards the front and also towards your back. And with this being starting to just erase, dissolve all old, very old karmic patterns, funny false beliefs, programmings of any cords, or any harshness or dense energies that's being left, held, and kept in the auric fields. That is anything to do with the rising or the awakening of the divine masculine, especially. So honor yourself now, whether you're a female or whether you're a male. Honor the different parts of your body, even if you're being called to. Okay, so such a peaceful and quiet and still moment. As all the divine and the sacredness around us are just holding space for us, love, and just radiating their light, just being whom they are. As we begin to give thanks, appreciation, and lots of gratitude for the self, once again, giving gratitude to the yin and yang, the masculine and the feminine within us, really acknowledging their presence and placing an intention, a clear intention to really begin to heal and start to work with and co-create with these two energies within us, never taking them for granted again. We ask for the blessings of all the divine, sacred, pure beings around us. The dragons are with us. Your dragon is with you. Your dragon just begins to make its way around you, circling around your energies, or moving in and out of your column of light, just infusing, merging its energies bit by bit with different parts of you. Thank you so much. Okay, so we're going to do this very slowly, taking our consciousness one step at a time, 1 second at a time, very, very slowly coming back into the physical body, coming back into the very now, into the present moment, coming back into your room, coming back into your space. I just want you to keep your eyes closed for now. And just having an awareness first of where your feet are, where your hands are, where your belly is, where your chest is. With your eyes closed, you are breathing, and with the breath, you can sense the different smells around you. The consciousness is aware that you are now back in the body. As we call back all parts of you, all of your light, all of your power, any parts of you, your masculine and your feminine, that have been lost in different time, space, realities. We call all of these back to you now. We call them with so much love. We guide them back to us and to merge back with us right now. Okay, take a deep breath in, send that breath into the heart, all the way down to the base of the body and out into Mother Earth, please. Perfect, well done. And when you're ready, please gently blink your eyes and then open your eyes and come back into the room. Please drink water. Hydrate yourself right now. At least 200 milliliters of water is good for you now. Great. Hey, how's everyone feeling? Awesome. Supercharged is great. Can enjoy the rest of the Sunday. Do everything that you would love to do. Be with anyone that you would love to be with. I hope we all get to do that for today. Yes, of course, you can drink juice. Yes. Yeah. Awesome. And so, for those who are in the inner circle with us, this meditation will be uploaded and you can listen to it as often as you like, that you would like. I like to trust that everybody has their own intuition and inner guidance, right? So you know how often to listen to this meditation to, how much you need. Yes. And if you would like to join us tonight, we have a live sale going on at Full Circle Crystals. We have a live sale that starts at 8 p.m. We have a lot of pieces that is infused with dragon energies. So if you would like to, we welcome you to join us then. But otherwise, please have a wonderful Sunday, because when we have a wonderful, which is like a holy day to us, it's actually the start of the week. It sets the tone, it sets the energies for the coming week ahead. For those of us celebrating the new year, I wish you so much joy, so much happiness and time, good times with family members. Don't eat too much. Please invoke intelligence when you eat. Don't overdo it. Have a little bit of everything. Yeah, Devi, I was feeling some tingling mild pain at the right side of the body. It went off after a while, intense heat energy radiating throughout the session. Thank you so much for sharing that. Thank you so much, Lynn. If anyone would like to share your experience, you can send me an email or you can find me on Instagram, right? And yeah, please keep in touch. Please take care. Have so much fun. And I'll see you soon. Okay. Goodbye, everyone.